Hey, it's Jeff Garber, mortgage expert, and wow, my second video of the week, and I have a little bit more good news for you. Now, as you know, I like to keep these videos short because I know we all have short attention spans, so here we go. We've talked in the past about two ways that you can get a lower interest rate than what the market's currently offered. One is called a permanent rate buy down, and that's where we just charge you a certain fee, and that will reduce your rate from, let's say, 7%. Let's say you pay 1 point, and that lowers your rate to 6.75. And again, these are examples only. All right, then your rate would be 6.75 for the full 30 years as long as you don't sell or refi. All right, that's called a permanent buy down. We also have what are called temporary buy downs, where we can actually reduce our rate even more on a temporary basis. So if today's rate's 7% and we do a 2-1 buy down, that simply means that your rate's going to be 5% for year one, 6% for year two, and 7% for years 3 through 30. It's not an adjustable rate mortgage. It's just math, simple math to figure out what the cost would be to do this. A little bit more complicated. Don't want to get into that in this video, but what I want you to know is there's two buy downs, a permanent and a temporary, both that can help with affordability. Now, on the temporary buy downs, up until now, the rule was whatever the cost of that temporary buy down is could not be paid by the buyer. It has to be paid by the seller in the form of a seller assist. And we all know that it's a little bit harder to get seller assist right now in this market. When we're trying to win offers, when we throw in any extra wrinkles, all right, it puts our offer maybe not as strong as another offer. All right. We are just rolling out now what's called borrower paid temporary buy down, which means that we can now use your own money to do a temporary buy down and get an even more of a reduction. Okay. Now, to keep this video short, I would want to speak with you. I want to make sure you fully understand how this works because there is some strategy behind it and it may not make sense. So I am not saying that this is the best way to go. What I am saying is we now have an option to do a temporary buy down to get you a lower rate for years 1 and 2, hopefully. And then if rates come down like we think they're going to come down, you would refinance anyway into a new loan with a new lower rate that's permanent for 30 years. All right. The goal of this message is to tell you I got good news. All right. We can do a temporary buy down now with borrower paid money. We can do a permanent buy down like we've always been able to do with borrower paid money. And this can certainly help with affordability with the right strategy. And I'd be happy to share that with you. In the background, you can see I have a calculator. All right, I use this calculator to pinpoint exactly what your rate would look like, what your payments would be, how much you'd be saving, what the cost would be. We'll go over how to recoup it, all of that. Okay. If you'd like to learn more, just reach out. I hope you have a great weekend.